Waylon is gonna love this. Today, we're gonna be making this rocking chair, which takes about 4 hours, only using this piece of material and a single CNC bit. Now, like any good CNC project, we gotta program it first, but if you don't wanna see all that nerdy stuff, skip to this timestamp right here. All right, everybody, so these are all the parts that we're gonna be cutting out today to make this rocking chair. I did wanna show you a little bit on how I designed this thing, so I wasn't able to capture everything, but as you can see, it's just some different rectangles and pretty much it's me locking myself in a room for 8 hours straight to figure this thing out. That was all it took. If you do get this file, you're gonna have all these parts labeled just like this. There's 20 parts in total, and you're gonna get the nested feature, which this nested part fits on a 2 foot by 3 foot sheet. And then what I did over here is I did every toolpath and every vector to select for that toolpath, how deep to go, what bit to use, how many passes, notes that I thought were important. And so you're gonna get that for every single toolpath. The really cool thing about this whole program is that it only uses a 1/4 inch downcut bit, which is really cool. So at first we're gonna have this little angle thing, and that's gonna be so the back part fits properly on the chair at the correct angle. And then we're gonna come in with a 3/8 pocket in a whole bunch of different parts. Come in with a 1/2 inch pocket for a certain part. You'll see later in the video why. Then we're gonna come back and cut all the parts out, almost all the way out. We're always gonna leave that eggshell because I don't like to cut everything out all at once. Then we're gonna come back and cut everything all the way out. And if you notice, I do have tabs on here. I made that mistake in the past and everything started to move. And then time for the seat, which we just do a fluting toolpath and to scoop out the seat, and it's really cool. So it looks like that. I pocket that down just a little bit, and really that's it. That's all it takes to program this. It's not crazy. I have all this once again labeled all right here, step by step. Let's get back to the CNC and cut this bad boy out. So we just got our material clamped down in place. We got our double-sided tape on the back. We just got it programmed. If you watch that bit, it's not too complicated. And why I programmed it that way is so I can only use 1/4 inch downcut over this whole entire process. Now I am very excited because one, this rocking chair is for my son that has not been born yet. So this is for Waylon. And two, this is the second project that I'm making with this really, really cool material. I had it made specifically for CIC Workshop and all of our subscribers. It is a very unique material. It has a bamboo core and then an engineered top to kind of look and resemble walnut. And so it is very versatile, very easy to use. Let's click go, see how this thing works, and hopefully this material works good, the bit doesn't break, and Waylon has a chair to sit on, lickety split. Here goes nothing. So the cut went perfect, except for one little thing where I forgot to click the pocketing toolpath on here. We're gonna do that off camera. But other than that, everything went fantastic. I think the color combo with that dark and the light when we put this thing together is gonna look sick. All we have to do now is do the butt or the cheeks of the seat area right here so the kid can sit in there comfortably. So we could have carved out the cheeks when the whole sheet was on here, but it is a tedious process and I really want to take a lunch, and the best part about a CNC is you can click go and leave. So I'm gonna click go, set my camera up on a time lapse, and show you how the seat is carved while I'm eating a sandwich. So that toolpath went extremely well, just like I planned, which rarely happens. Now there are little tiny lines. I can sand those off no problem. So now it's time to sand this and all the other pieces. $18 total. What's the most important thing when making a rocking chair? The rockers, and that's exactly what I just forgot, because we have 18 pieces right here. It's supposed to be 20. Forgot the rocking legs on a freaking rocking chair. Let's go cut those out real quick and start putting this damn thing together. Ah! 20 pieces total. And if you don't want to cut all these out yourself, or maybe you don't even have a CNC, I do have a limited number of kits available on CICworkshop.com. Now let's start putting this bad boy together. So the first thing we're gonna assemble is the back piece, and it just consists of these two pieces right here and these three right here. A little bit of glue, a little bit of hammering. So once the back piece is set, I like to put on the runners that are gonna hold the back all together, and it's gonna go right here and right there. So the next piece is gonna consist of 4 parts: the rocker, 2 uprights, and a cross brace. So you're just gonna put a little glue, these corners. So you're gonna make sure this little part is gonna face the outside. This is just gonna go right in there. It's a nice snug fit. You can clamp any of these pieces. I found you don't really have to clamp these, but you can. And this piece right here, this is the piece that's actually gonna hold the seat in place. And so you notice it's towards the inside. And so we're just gonna put a little bit of glue on this as well. And there you have the outside. And this is gonna face the inside. And this is where the seat is gonna set. So now we have our 2 sides made, and it's time to put on the armrest. And what's really cool about all these pieces fitting the way they do, since we put the armrest on, it actually squeezes this joint together so you have a really good glue bond. And so when everything's together, you shouldn't need too many clamps. The only clamp I am gonna use, I'm gonna put a clamp from right here to right there just to make sure all this is a really tight joint. So once your sides are fully made, they should look something like this. And then you'll have these 2 front plates that are gonna go on the front, connecting the sides and the seat all together. So to put all this stuff together, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our side, put a little bit of glue. So once you apply the glue, you're just gonna pop in your side, and it should fit snugly in between these 2 ramps right here. Then you're gonna come over the top with your other side. And then what this side piece is gonna do is lock everything in. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on the side piece. Now watch how this piece locks everything in. So it's gonna go right here and come up to there. And look, I can now let go, and this piece is gonna be super stable. Then we're gonna flip it around. So now, all we gotta do is put a clamp right here, and a clamp right here, and clamp this seat together. So now we got both pieces of the chair assembled. All we have to do now is put our back on, and this is the only part of assembly that actually requires a bolt. And so what I'm just gonna use is a little Phillips machine screw, and we're just gonna screw it straight through the back, and this is gonna hold up the back to the frame, and then there's gonna be another screw that's gonna come right here and hold this back on. And so screw right here, everything will go together just right. So this thing is put together. It is looking awesome. I'm gonna rub a little bit of Osmocote on it and talk business. So as I'm oiling this down, you may be asking like, well, is this project sellable? I think this project is absolutely sellable. The only thing you're gonna find out is it's really hard to ship something this big. So if you can figure out a way to ship this and flat pack it maybe, where they just assemble this back part themselves, it is super sellable. So it is gonna make kind of Etsy a little bit harder, but depending on the material you're making it out of, if you can do it out of walnut, you can probably personalize it right here with the kid's name, and I'm actually gonna put Waylon's name right here. He's gonna be able to use it, and you can upcharge for that. And so this is a really good high-end gift that I think you can probably sell for upwards of $200–300. This is gonna be under the same realm as those Montessori gifts I always talk about. Parents that love Montessori type things are typically paying a lot more. I can definitely see a grandparent buying this for their grandchild to sit beside them on the rocking chair out on the front porch. I would target that grandparent, that Montessori parent, and they would love to get this for their kid because it's gonna last forever, it's heirloom quality, and once again, you can personalize it right here. This project turned out awesome. Thank you so much for watching till the end. We are doing a giveaway this week, and the giveaway is gonna be a chair just like this. Enter with the link in the description, and the code word is gonna be rocker. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and remember, if you ain't cutting it close, you ain't cutting it right. Hi.